You asked for it. We are going to answer it here on the Loan Officer Leadership Podcast. I'm your host, Steve Kiles. We are powered by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. And Carl, we had a great question come up this morning on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. And so we thought, what the heck? Let's just talk about it. It was a great question. And so, yeah, man, this is a good one.
By the way, if you're not on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club,
Where
it,
are you?
yeah,
Where
yeah,
you been?
what's wrong with you? No, I'm just, yeah, it's just because you don't know what it is. So you need to go check it out. That we meet every day, Monday through Friday now.
Yeah.
Fridays being Tech Friday, and there's hundreds and hundreds of us every morning
Yep.
from Eastern time from 8:30 to 9:30, 8:30 to 9, a little earlier for the Central, but we have people from all over the country,
Oh, yeah.
like California,
Hawaii, even.
Alaska,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hawaii. Yeah, it's
Yep.
like 1 o'clock in the morning in Hawaii. So anyway, if you're not
But
on
the
there, just go
value
to.
is so much. People are,
It is.
we
It's
have such a great conversation. And like today was wins. We shared wins and to hear what people are doing each and every day to have big success in their
yeah.
business is not only encouraging, but it's a pick me up you need every day in today's environment. So it's a great way to start the day.
Great ideas. Yeah. So a lot of
Hey, and where,
lot of
by the
good.
way, where would they go to do that? Loanofficerbreakfastclub.com,
Yep.
fill out the information, and man,
And
you're
then we'll
right
send
in.
you a Zoom link and
That's it.
you're
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
No holding your credit card up for the camera, nothing, right? It's
Carl
like
won't even waterboard Fluffy.
I
Like, I
won't
mean, we just let
like
you
it's
straight in.
free. Yeah, it's free. So, all right. So the
All right.
question came in. What was the question?
Okay, great question. And so Andrew asked this. He said, had a question to the group. As I recently sent some loan estimates to a prospect looking to buy a property, after about a week, here is her response to me, Carl. We had some time to review the loan estimate, and we want to know what's your comp plan on this. I'm shopping around, and this rate seems quite elevated. And his question was, what could be a well crafted response? Hey, so Carl, here's what it is. He had clients, he's working with them, been working with them for a while, and sent out loan estimates. He said multiple. And her response is, we had time to review, want to know what's your comp plan on it. Wow. She asked him, what's your comp plan? I'm shopping around and the rate seems quite elevated. What would you do with that?
All right, couple things here. First of all, he wasn't talking to a client. He was talking to a lead,
Ooh,
right?
man,
So that's the first
that's a
thing.
big aha.
That's a big aha. Yeah, that was not a client. That was a lead.
Wow.
And I can tell you that we closed about 25% of our leads,
Mm-hmm.
and that's good. So I
Yeah.
think okay is say 15%,
15,
and
18. Yeah,
yeah,
somewhere there.
15, 18 is way good. Probably 21 would be like rock star status.
Yeah.
25 is like,
Yeah.
yeah, almost never will you hear somebody being above 25, but give or take. So first of all, you have to understand that this is not a
Wow.
client. This is not even a prospect, maybe. This is like a lead at this point.
Mm.
So a couple things and it's a great question, but I think like there's a couple things that I would have done different to perhaps, and not guaranteed, but
Yeah.
perhaps avoid the question in the first place. So first of all, it sounds like the LE was emailed to him.
Mm. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So I think it would be better to review it live, right? Do a Zoom, do face to face or do a Zoom with a screen share and go over it live for the rapport building. Like
Yep.
emailing out an LE, um, if they insist on it, of course. But I'm
Right.
going to try real hard to go over it line by line and build rapport and turn this from a lead to a bona fide prospect,
Yeah.
right? Um, the other thing, so I think you could avoid not all, but many of those just by don't email out your LEs, do a Zoom, do face to face, like face to face if possible. If not, if they're hour and a half away,
Yeah.
that'd probably go against me, but we'll do a Zoom, and a Zoom works very well, and so I think a lot of them could be eliminated on that. Um, and then, but now that it's done, what do we do? That's really the
Yep.
question. So, well, the
Yep.
first question is how can we prevent it, which I think we kind of covered. And so now it's done. What do I do? And man, I got this one from you, Steve. Shoppers are going to shop,
Mm,
right? Shoppers are going
mhm.
to shop. And so what I hate using the word should have happened, right? But what I would advise this person to do next time is number
Yep.
one, do it over the phone. I'm sorry, do it over a Zoom or in person. And then number two, ask that great question,
It's a good
and
one.
which is asking for their commitment. So I
Mhm.
heard you say you wanted this rate, or no, I'm sorry, I screwed it up. What I'm hearing you saying is you wanted to put this much down, and you wanted your payment to be this, and you wanted to close on this date. And they go, yes. Okay, perfect. So if I can give you this house with this much down and with this payment and close on this date, is there anything that would prevent me from being your lender? And you do that
Mm.
on while you're going, on the
Oh,
on
yeah. The
yeah,
consultation. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, early on.
Yep.
And then if they do the old, well, you understand, you've got a great story about this, but
Yeah.
if you
I'm gonna have to
uh
shop around on that, Carl. You
yeah,
understand, right?
yeah, you understand, I'm going to shop around. Me, you, or Pharaoh's army is not going to change that,
Yeah.
because your engineers are going to shop. It's how
That's
they're
it.
made. It's okay,
That's it.
right? It's how they're made. But understand, it's probably about, what do you think? 15% of the population,
About
10%,
that. 10 to 15.
10
Yeah.
to 15% of the population. And and the easiest way, you're not going to change their mind
Yep.
almost never. Like almost never. It's just ingrained in them, and good for them, right? It's all good. But what I can do is identify them early up front
Mm,
and know not to spend a bunch of time,
that's
or
right.
and take their call during my kids' soccer game on Saturday afternoon, because they're shoppers and shoppers are going to shop.
That's right.
And so the easiest answer to that, probably the most successful outcome that could be expected on that, is go get more.
That's it.
Go
Yep.
get more. And really, that's
That's
so, so that's
yeah.
that's kind of it. So a couple things to prevent it. I think to expect, hey, how do I get them to stop shopping?
I love it.
I just don't know that. And there's some great scripts, right? I'm not going to say not to try them, but I'm just going to say I wouldn't have great expectations of it. But I
Yeah.
would say, what you don't do is tell them, "Hey, do you know how much time I've spent with this? And you don't understand and I took your call that night, and I did." Like, don't do that,
Once you
right?
go on the defensive, you've lost. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
that's
you
going to
can't
get you
win that
nowhere.
back. Yeah.
Well, and worse,
Yeah.
if it starts going south with who they picked, now
Yeah.
you've made it that they're not going to come back to you, because they're embarrassed, they're frustrated, they're angry, they're disappointed, all these emotions. And
Yeah.
so when you lose one, hold your chin up,
That's it.
be cool, be a class act. I totally understand that, Steve. But Steve, is it okay with you if I follow up in about a week, just to make sure everything's still going smooth for you?
Mm.
Because what we found is we'll get about, and I don't know,
Um,
your
yeah.
number might be different. Mine, we get about, again, 10 to 15% of those back,
Back. Yeah. Yeah.
because come to find out, what the other person said they promised didn't come through.
Yeah.
And so as long as we're cool,
Yeah.
we'll get about 10 to 15% of those back. And we'll get referrals from the one that do close with somebody else. We'll get referrals from them, of their friends and family and coworkers that do close. And why they refer to us instead of the company they actually closed with, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But we actually get referrals from those people. So be a class act. Don't tell them to go pound sand. Don't tell them they don't understand. Like, just be cool. Go get more. Follow up with them 9 days later. Make sure it's closing okay, and
Yeah.
you'll get some of those back. Just be a class act, and it's all
Yeah.
good. It's nothing personal. It's just like, Steve. You don't go to the same restaurant every single night. Sometimes you go to a different restaurant. Well, restaurant number, your primary one, go, hey, what the heck? It's like, I just felt like something different tonight for whatever
That's right.
reason,
That's
right? It's
right.
all good. You're not saying you suck. You're just saying we chose, like your last car, I don't know what it, Jeep or whatever it was. We went and bought a
Yeah.
Jeep. You're not saying that, whatever, Honda sucks. You're not saying Lexus sucks. I just wanted a Jeep this time.
That's right.
And if Honda starts sending you hate mail, hey, you don't understand. You're never going to buy another Honda if they were rude to you.
That's so good. Yeah.
So anyway,
Hey,
that's kind of
well,
a
and I find that really the way you lose them, in one of the sneaky tricks that we do is, if somebody is going to use somebody else, it's totally cool. Just leave the door open so that it's like, hey,
Yeah.
Carl, listen, I completely understand. And I love where you're saying, can I follow up in a week? Would you mind if I follow up within about a week just to make sure everything's going well? What I typically find happens is somewhere between day 7 and 10.
Yeah.
The appraisal won't be ordered.
Yeah.
They'll have asked you for that bank statement, Carl, for the fourth time.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here saying, now I'm really concerned that I'm going to be able to get all the way through to closing on a smooth and flawless process. And if that happens, just call me back. Because of my relationship with Mr. Realtor or Mrs. Realtor, I'm going to leave your file open. And here's the good news is you'll have, I don't know, 21 to 18 to 21 days left. We can close your loan that quick. So if it gets shaky, just call me back. And we'd love the opportunity to still work with your friends and family. Who else do you have today that I could help you work with? It's like it's
Perfect.
so hard because your pride, you're holding your pride back. It's like, dang it.
I'm wanting to
But
say,
it gets
you don't
easier.
understand. Let me tell you something.
You have no, hey, but you know what's so great about the commitment versus
Tell me.
assumption? Whenever I gain commitment or lose commitment, it gives me the freedom to choose what to do with my time. And now I'm not bitter. I'm not resentful. I
Mm,
can make a choice. And it's like, great, if you're not going to commit, we'd love to help you. If things go shaky, call me back. But until you commit, we're not able to deploy the full resource of our office. Carl, what I've done is I've taken back the power of what
mm,
used to be the rate shopper. It was like I hated that commercial when banks compete, you win. They have no idea. When banks compete, the consumer typically loses because that transaction goes south. But I can't convince people of it. You can probably 75% of the time. So the
yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, you know what? Go get more. That's the answer. And absolutely love this. Hey, and I think the biggest aha for everybody who was listening today, remember this, that was never your client. Carl, that's the best way to say it. That was because he started with, I had a client. No, 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 no. That's just a lead that's inquisitive. Clients are committed. So loved it.
Boy, I like that one. Say that again. What'd you say?
Leads are
Lead.
inquisitive. Clients are committed.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you know, you always take that thing and you just hit a what does Emerald say?
I'm glad I could say it
Bam! You
twice.
kick it up another
I
notch.
don't know. It just rolled
I
off.
like that, man. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's good stuff. Leads are
Yeah.
inquisitive. Clients are committed. So,
Yeah.
hey,
And, and I think the only time we freak out, if that's the only client we have,
yeah.
we freak out. But I'm going to tell you, if that's the only client you can have, you should be freaking out way before then.
Way before that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
just,
you're just gonna lose them. And the reality is with markets, and we're seeing still a lot of volatility. The answer in today's environment is get more and gain commitment sooner. And
yeah.
that's something that we walk through. If you want us to walk you through it, I know Carl has a whole set of scripting and process, and then I've been able to kind of attach to what Carl's doing on the scripts and process and combined. The conversion's exceptional. And if you don't have a plan on how to gain commitment, where to put it in your process, go to freedomplanningcall.com. Myself, Carl, Kristen, one of us will jump on a call and we'll literally show you how during your loan consultation to strategically ask for commitment at the right place so that you're working with clients and not just leads. And so freedomplanningcall.com, freedomplanningcall.com. We'll give it to you. It's our gift. We'd love to help you with that. And Carl, what a great conversation. So thank you for the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Y'all putting such great just conversation starters and questions because these are really things that are helping the industry get better. So,
think
all
that's
right,
it, man. Good
that's
stuff.
it. Hey, remember this, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Just get started. See ya.